Alright, we are continuing on our adventure. Let's see, where are we? We are there and... For glory, there's this demon weapon right here. I keep checking and it's not one that's open to me. Don't know. Yes. Quest. Oh. And yes, I know the videos have slowed down considerably. The reason why there had been so many a month or so ago is because I had played a lot. Duh. I had played
Between
a lot.
cities, it's usually just me.
Before I uploaded them, because I didn't think it was anything anybody wanted. So I had played a considerable amount before I got around to upload. If you're... and then once I realized that there was interest in people wanting to see this scene,
We can
then I
use
started
this.
uploading. And plus, I was really enjoying it, banging them out, and playing a lot. But I unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you want to look at it, there's a lot of games that came out in October, November, and I needed a moment. I gotta play those, and then come back.
Distasteful.
Of how players are blacked out, black suits until you get close enough for that. Oh yeah, I should probably spawn that in, huh? Am I? Blow this up.
What? Who? Damn it all! The last person who snuck up on me got a sword in the gut for their trouble.
Oh, I didn't mean to startle you. Lena sent me to help.
Sorry. Old habit. I was in the guard before joining the Weird. Damned bloodthorns have taken our weird tree. I've never seen magic like this. I don't know what you can do, but if Elena sent you, your help is welcome. Have a look around if you must, but we need to act soon.
What can I do to help?
The Bloodthorn cultists stole our portal stones. I swore off violence when I left the guard, but killing cultists might be the only way to recover the portal stones.
Oh, well, that's easy. I can deal with the cultists for you.
We need those stones to get into our enclave without being seen. Recover the stones and activate them inside the huts so my sisters can join you. I still have my stone. Here, set it by the entrance to the Weird Tree and I'll step through to meet you.
I'll take care of it. A guide to the Daggerfall Covenant. The Daggerfall Covenant is a compact between the peoples of Northwest Tamriel, Bretons, Redguards, and Orcs that forms an alliance of mutual defense. With the vision of establishing peace and order across Tamriel, indeed the kings of the Covenant take the Remans as their model, claiming to be the spiritual heirs of the Second Empire. The Daggerfall Covenant was born in 2E 542 when the kings of High Rock allied to repulse an invasion by the horde of Reachmen under the command of Dor Korok, the Black Drake, howling out of the eastern mountains. The Reach barbarians razed Evermore, besieged Wayrest, sacked Camlorn, and marched as far as the gates of Daggerfall before the Bretons finally stopped them. In the wake of the Black Drake's defeat, the kings of Daggerfall, Wayrest, Camlorn, Evermore, and Shorenhelm swore the so-called First Daggerfall Covenant, the solemn oath to defend each other's kingdoms and stand as one against all foreign foes. High Rock prospered as the Breton rebuilt, especially after 2E 561, when miners near Wayrest made the biggest auricularum strike in recorded history. Emeric, Earl of the Domain of Cumberland, the site of the mines, proposed to use the resulting wealth to enhance Wayrest's fleet to improve trade throughout High Rock. King Gardner in the Wayrest granted his approval, but before the fleet was completed, the dreaded Nahaten flu swept through Wayrest and killed the entire Gardner royal household. Earl Emeric was elevated to the throne, and House Cumberland became the second royal dynasty of Wayrest. The new King Emeric of Wayrest has been courting the daughter of King Rancer of Shorenhelm, but in 2E 566 he married Princess Maraa of Sentinel. This nearly brought down the First Covenant when Rancer, who felt betrayed, launched a surprise attack on Wayrest. The kings of Camlor, Evermore, and Daggerfall all sided with Wayrest, and Emeric's superior diplomacy brought the armies of Sentinel into the fray to protect Emeric's queen. Furthermore, Emeric reached out to the great clan of Orcs of Hrothgar and offered them Ursinium in return for aid. Shorenhelm was defeated and the Covenant was reborn, not as a mere Breton defensive pact, but as a new multinational alliance. The conclave that negotiated the alliance lasted for months, with argument and debate at every turn. The final result was the child of King Emeric's vision, made manifest in dozens of compromises and carefully negotiated provisions. Freedom of trade was guaranteed throughout the region, and over the objections of the nobles of Rivenspire and the crown redguards of Alucur, the Orcs were accepted as full members of the alliance. Eventually, all the city-states of northwest Tamriel swore fealty to the Covenant's royal council, presided over by High King Emeric. As the architect of alliance, he claimed supreme leadership. So this is the modern Daggerfall Covenant, an alliance of the Redguards of northern Hammerfell under King Forharajot. Oh my god, I feel like I'm slaughtering these names. The Orcs of the mountainous northeast under King Korog of Ursinium, and the Breton King Emeric of High Rock, residing from his palace in Wayrest. At its best, it is a noble alliance of honorable and chivalrous people representing all the best aspects of the First and Second Empires. And from this solid foundation, perhaps a third, even mightier empire shall arise, providing all peoples of Tamriel the benefits of mutual respect, vigorous trade, and reverence for the divine. Hi, puppies.
Ebullition!
Someday you'll make something surprising with that.
Weirus Gwyn, things have gotten strange around the Weird Tree since you've been traveling. Remember those weird vines that began sprouting a few weeks ago? Well, they've grown huge and they seem evil somehow. I know it sounds crazy, but that's the only way I can describe it. Evil with the capital E. I noticed that the forest animals have become agitated and even aggressive when they get close to the strange vines. Moreover, as the vines grow stronger, the aggressive behavior lasts longer. I'm beginning to fear that the creatures will attack soon. That's how much the presence of the vines has changed them. And now it's worse than I feared. Some of the vines have mutated, and now they spawn lurchers from the corrupted thorns. I'm sorry, Weirus, but I can't stay here any longer. Bloodthorn cultists have attacked us and taken control of the portal stone caves beneath our huts. I can't prove it, but I'm certain these cultists are responsible for our recent troubles. I have failed them, and I have failed you, but I hope you can forgive me. I know you won't listen, but I urge you to stay away from the Weird Tree until this all blows over. fun.
You opened the portal in the perfect spot. Now we can get to work.
I thought it was the fighting just them. Ladies, I'm gonna continue on. Serious moment, but you couldn't see it, but this is a rare it wasn't rare. I'm recovering from a migraine. It was actually yesterday that I had it, and it knocked me flat. And I'm recovering today, and I'm actually feeling pretty good. But I am finding my head is still like it's tender, like a muscle pull tender. I don't know. It's the hardest thing to describe. I don't get them often, and it was actually because of something else. My head is sore. Beats. Noticing the skeleton back here, and I didn't go look, and I meant. Ladies, the map is really busy. Like, there's a lot of people on. I feel disconcerted because there is so many people on. I think I mentioned in the previous video there was some drama happening all over Reddit about the cash shop for Thanksgiving. People were feeling that it was quite predatory, and
We have come to save the weird tree.
Girlfriend. So close.
The time has come to reclaim the weird tree.
Do it, girlfriends. Go. Anyway, so there was some massive drama, I guess. I kind of see it a little bit in the chat, but people were like really drawn, and like it was very divisive about who was angry and who wasn't. And then there's just little me who putzes around single player on a multiplayer game. But anyway.
Make better choices.
I always wonder, is he talking to me or is he talking to the monster? When he says make better choices because I picked the fight. Oh, it had.
Quality material makes for quality goods.
I remember it, like, especially, like, I was very passionate about the state of the game and had very strong opinions about where the game was going with their cash shop. And so I guess there's a part of me that completely understands if you're, if you're in it and you're really feeling passionate about it. I get it. I do. Maybe I spent all that energy on Archade and Black Desert Online. Bread for no reason.
Stand back. We shall begin the ritual.
Okay. Because there's nothing back there. Bye, ladies. I got one more to do. I also have a thingamajig. Like some that way, but there's also thing.
Good find, cohort.
Of my apothecary scroll. Supposed to be our potential possibility of around here hiding. Fun. But anyway, that probably did them a lot of good because the way that people were talking. I don't know, brought like all it to me. It feels like suddenly there's more people playing. To my knowledge, there wasn't any sales. The sales were for people who were already playing the game. Prince Aiden.
Refreshing.
Report.
Take it in. An opportunity for learning.
Xander, please. Battle Reeve Lelwi. I just received grievous tidings from an outrider belonging to one of our foraging patrols. While making a routine pass near the border of Glenumbra, the patrol discovered a rural group of Daedra worshippers who have apparently taken up secret residence in the area. Not surprisingly, this cult is populated from the lesser races. However, they have revealed themselves as a serious threat to our authority by consulting with Daedric creatures of surpassing power. The cultists were able to summon foul Daedra and ambush the unsuspecting patrol, heedlessly slaughtering all but one of our people. Swift and decisive action must be taken against such a dangerous element within our lands. You are to immediately take the full strength of your fighting force into Kingsguard and travel northwest throughout the mountains bordering that region. From there, you must locate the den of the despicable traitors, root them out, and destroy them to the very last. I send this message in the hands of the outrider who escaped the murderous Daedric attack, that he may guide you and your forces to the exact location where these murderous fiends were first encountered. I'll guide you, Prince Aiden. Be angry, Bubby.
We have an accord.
I mean, it's really hard to hear it because it's always at the tail end of fighting. So there's, the sounds of combat. But the way that he says, we have an accord, he says it in such an old man way. I love it.
We have come to save the Weird Tree.
Oh, good. Alright, ladies, you got it? I got other stuff I gotta go do. Dead end, which I kind of knew, but I check for goodies. This? I don't know.
You placed my stone well. I should be protected this close to the tree.
What should I do next?
We need to summon the Guardians. With their power, we can cleanse this place of Angof's foul influence.
How do I summon the Guardians?
Angof's cursed vines prevent the Guardians from getting anywhere near the Weird Tree. Find the vines that grow within the circles of weird blossoms and destroy them. That should allow the Guardians to appear before you.
I'm having a bit of a deja vu in that I remember in a previous gameplay, but not in this order, having dealt with the Weir sisters. But I don't remember this particular story, or I don't know, I don't remember them this way. I remember them being the bad guys.
Another chance at perfection.
I don't know if I'm just misremembering.
The earth weakens. Angof's poison corrupts it. Together we will crush this vile manifestation.
I'm ready.
Good. I cannot harm this corruption of the earth, but I can protect you from its attacks. Listen to my warnings, and you will prevail. I shall tell you when to return to my side. If you are close, I can shield you from the spirit's attacks.
These stones belong to Angof.
The spirit casts a spell that shall shake the very ground beneath you. To my side, now! It is defeated.
Guess I'll continue on. There's like a quest that I remember. I don't even think it was this to where they were the bad guys. So sorry, miss. Take you. Came for me.
Retribution must be swift. Angoff will pay for his insolence.
I'm here to help you.
The weird tree must continue to reach for the sky. You must destroy the corruption of air. Heed my warnings and you will survive. When I call, come to me. My power shall protect you.
These stones belong to Angoff.
The winds of... It is defeated.
Someday you'll make something surprising with that.
Someday, Xander. Someday. One thing, I was asked about the crafting, if I made anything spectacular. Part of my dailies is I do the crafting quest, but I wouldn't consider that spectacular. I haven't actually gotten deep into crafting on this particular character because you have to be part of a guild, and I'm very hesitant to. I don't know. For a whole multitude of reasons.
This pollution is almost too much for me to bear. Help us restore balance to the weird tree.
What should I do?
Destroy the corrupting spirit, and then we can cleanse this place. Listen to my words. I shall offer what aid I can. Stay close, and let my power flow over you.
These stones belong to Angoff.
The tide of battle turns. To my side, now! It is defeated.
Trying to be puppies, and I gotta kill you because I walk past you. Fight me.
I can feel the oppressive weight of Angoff's corruption lifting. I sense the gratitude of the Guardians, but I also sense fear. Angoff's vermin are afraid.
All the spirits of corruption have been destroyed.
You did well, and I'm happy to stand at your side. Now we finally have a chance against Angoff and putting an end to his unholy corruption. There's one more challenge we have to face, though. Angoff's last wraith nests within the tree. It won't be banished very easily, but the Guardians promise to help you. When you're ready, enter the tree and expel the foul spirit.
Alright, I'll go put an end to this right now. Beans. Well, it's like a monthly thing. This is completely new.
Destroy this foulness! Set the weird tree free!
The witch's puppet has come. Time to enjoy interference once and for all.
The winds of battle turn against you. Come here and I shall protect you.
Yeah, it's almost dead, but thank you.
Any more? I need some tea.
Fool. You may have destroyed one of my slaves, but I have so many more.
Bad kitty. Oh wait, you're not a bad kitty. I thought it was a kitty because it had a tail. Yes, no? The golden quest thing that line up reminds me of in mobile games where you get boosts, like you do the things that it wants you to do, and then you get boosts and rewards for doing those things. And then if you put forth money, the rewards are better. I do have the Elder Scrolls Online Plus that I pay. I actually pay a yearly subscription done for the year, but so I don't know if my rewards are better or not. But I think that was something that someone was complaining about. The thing is I don't care, but I also know that part of the thing is that it really pushes you to be part of group, do the group, and ugh.
It's so beautiful. Do you see? Things have already changed. The weird tree has been restored.
I'm just glad I was able to help.
Thank the Guardians that you did. We were losing this battle, but now things are different. And you, a stranger. It's a wonder you risked your life for us. There's no end to the surprises this world has to offer. I served in the Lion Guard before coming to the Weird, so I know more about the world. I think it's time my sisters stopped hiding. We could benefit from more outside contact.
Will the weird tree recover?
If there are no more attacks, the tree will be fine. A hunter, Gloria Fausta, came looking for help while you were inside the tree. I'm ashamed to say we turned her away. We couldn't divert our attention when the outcome of your battle was still unclear.
Where did she go?
Aldcroft. She said werewolves captured Camlorn and the Duke had fled. We weren't able to aid her, but perhaps you can. Chamberlain Weller and Aldcroft would know more.
I'll head to Aldcroft.
A new danger arises in the north.
They're dead. Go back this way. Oh, go puppy. Go puppies. Be careful. I actually do. I'm gonna get very confused by.
Another chance at perfection.
I am a fan. It's like one of my guilty pleasures of mobile games. I do like them. I don't take them very seriously, which probably is why it's contributing to my feeling of I don't care about the gold pursuits or whatever they're called. I mean, they're there and they're great for people who want it, but for me, and I think that's an effect of being. I mean, they're too glowing. Oh, I'm not gonna do this. They're by reading. I don't think they particularly add. Hey, we found all the lore books in Glenumbra. Woo.
Dead. You there! You can see me?
I actually can. Who are you?
Who am I? Why, I am Richard Dusant, famous adventurer and treasure hunter. At least, that's who I was, before the cultists in Dresden Keep killed me. I was in the ruins, searching for the treasure, you see.
Oh, sorry. What treasure?
The renowned treasure of Dresden Keep, of course! You could finish my quest for me. There are 3 statues, the heralds. Take the offerings I brought in my backpack and present them to the proper heralds. That should open a passage under the well.
Yes, why not? I'll go present the offerings to the heralds. You're not trying to trick me, are you? You're not trying to use me to sacrifice my life so you get back your life? And
Now listen carefully. There will be a lot to remember.
what sort of, let's see, what are the heralds and how do they work?
The heralds are 3 engraved statues that each offer a riddle. You must place an offering before each herald. The statues are the Herald of Thirst, the Herald of Memory, and the Herald of Illumination.
What offering should I place?
There are a number of possible offerings in my bag. Take my backpack and see if you can match the offerings to the correct heralds. Engravings on the statues provide clues about which offerings they will accept.
And you were killed by cultists?
Yes, the bastards! I tried to sneak past them, but, well, you see how well that turned out. Being a ghost has put a bit of a damper on my adventuring career.
I don't know why that's funny to me, but it is. Alright.
Gold may be the root of evil, but we all need roots.
These words are engraved on the statue. The demon of knowledge bestowed a great thirst of knowing the unknown and recording the unrecorded. Remember this thirst with the vessel which begins empty and must be filled with knowledge. Backpack contains 3 items that seem appropriate: an old cup, a glass bottle full of water, and a wooden ladle.
Quality material makes for quality goods.
Xander. Buddy. She's just minding her own business, fishing. I killed her. Am I the monster? These words are engraved on the statue. Knowledge is light, is the light of the candle on the book's page, and illumination gained through study. We seek enlightenment against the shadow and ignorance of the darkness of despair. Okay. I got the books and the mini map is to me. A master? Oh no.
Any coinage of unusual make? Worth examining later.
There was actually some good treasure in that. Oh, I was trying to take the torch box. History outlasts flesh. The mountain crumbles and the lake dries, but the map remembers. All history is contained in the tome, yet the tome contains only truth, for that is what will endure. That's the Argonian made. The Chronicle.
How invigorating!
Oh.
Worthy of the treasure of Dress and Keep.
Apparently that was the wrong one. Whee! is not. A small key slips out from the center of the rolled scroll. The scroll has been sealed in wax. Guess I'll break the seal and read the note. I carefully examined the ancient wards of the Iliad chest after it was delivered to me. The spells of warding that have kept it sealed appear to be eroding. Likely, they will fade completely over time. Given the Iliad propensity for devious traps, I deem it unwise to tamper with the chest any further. Perhaps a later scholar, armed with a deeper understanding of Iliad culture and history, will be better prepared to deal with whatever is sealed within after the ward. Really? Really?
Ma seate, alta, alta. Torselinen.
Who are you?
Je epeia ven, eve esgravia lambe ye lael.
I don't understand what you're saying. I'm so sorry.
Ne goria, heka, dilia ye metana, gandra lambe sino.
I'm gonna go try to find something to help me understand you. Shows no clue as to its age or origin. Look inside. Contains a pendant shaped like a golden tongue. It hangs from a slender golden chain. The slightest touch causes the pendant to disintegrate. You hear a rising chorus of whispers like a sudden wind. Then the whispers fall silent.
It returns. I told you to go.
Oh, well, I can understand you now. We can talk.
How fortunate for you. But no one ever considers the wants and desires of a ghost. Oh, very well. Let's get this over with.
I guess he's got a point. I mean, he was sleeping for 2,000 years in a sealed chest, and here I come along, poking the chest open. Why were you trapped in that container?
What a presumptuous question. Such temerity. You are very rude, just like my brothers. They bound me here. They were jealous of my powers, my stature.
Your brothers bound you here.
Yes, I intended to aid the Direni against the Alessians. I hoped to get land from King Relethiel as a reward. My brothers bound me here, so I could not participate. They never returned for me.
So sorry, that war is long over. The Elysians lost.
They did. Well, I'm glad to hear that, at least. Forgive me. I have been languishing alone for a long time. Can you release me? You would need to destroy the relics that bind me. The seal of anchoring, the animus needle, and the soul prison.
Sure, I'll destroy the artifacts. And I'm so distrusting now. I'm like, are we? Do we want to? That seems like a bad. I'll be fine. The fickle nature of mudcrabs. Since first documented, the common Tamriel mudcrab has always been described as vicious and dangerous, but dispatched by even a lowly farmer given a sturdy pitchfork. Their chitin is prized by alchemists of certain schools, though I would never use it, and their meat has been regarded as a delicacy in some parts of Tamriel, particularly Morrowind. By their nature, they seek to defend their rivers, streams, and beaches from what they seem to think is a threat to their territory. They tend to cluster in groups and attack any that come by, fearless with an overblown sense of their combat prowess. Nothing can turn away the ire of a common mudcrab save for a well-placed strike of an arrow or an axe. In my time studying the specimens on the shore of Bolsay, I've noticed an odd tendency in recent months, where normally I must tread carefully to avoid their notice, lest I am forced to kill the subject. Recently, I've been able to make close observations, even so far as to pet the carapace without them reacting. Last week, I sat in the middle of a clutch, unmolested, fervently noting all the details I tend to miss in more distant studies. However, they are not completely docile. They will respond if directly provoked. I observed as a bear tried to pry one open, and a whole clutch came to the defense of their kin, forcing the bear to flee. I'm positive that they noticed me. It's not just ignorance. One even came over and ran his feelers over my hands, as if he were studying me. What has changed? Is it breeding season? Could there be something in the water affecting their behavior? Could the troubled times be affecting them? I will continue my observations to find out more.
Who is it? Who comes to these ancient corridors after all these years? You are the first to come here in many long centuries, since this place was sealed. I despaired of anyone ever finding their way here.
What are you doing down here?
I am the High Librarian of Dresden Keep. I was charged with protecting our greatest treasure, the combined histories of the earliest days of High Rock. Do be careful with these books, they are in pristine condition.
Oh, your treasure is history.
Indeed. Our patron is Hermaeus Mora, the scryer of the heavens and he who determines the tides of fate. These treasures have been sealed away for too long. Hoarding knowledge is worse than hoarding gold, or so our patron has decreed.
I want to point out, for a library that's been hoarded and locked up with treasures that have not been read, we've read like 98% of what the books that I've already looked at. What would you have me do?
Take this index. It contains the names of all the volumes and scrolls the keep contains. You must give the Dresden Index to someone who can make use of it, such as a scholar of magic.
How do I exit this vault?
Like a civilized person, you may leave through the door on the far side of the vault. No need to use the well again. The ward on the gate has been broken, and the door will open now.
Yeah, we've read all of these books, so I know, again, I'm sure I mentioned it before, but it is one of those immersion things that makes me a little crazy. Volga's Guide to Island Beasts, Beaver's Big Rats from Up North, Pack Roamers, Meat is Good for Stew, it's very stringy. Lives in burrows under sand, camping on beach, bad idea. Water comes up and skeevers with it, better to camp on rocks, solid ground. Jump like tiny tigers, sometimes spin about. You think they are running? Do not be fooled. You wonder why Bolga only has one hand? This is why. Stand firm, ready as shield if you have one, to keep both your hands. Lits, mouths on legs, eats anything they wrap their teeth around. Go anywhere near their legs, carry them. Meat is tough, gamey, sometimes poison. Solitary, tend toward easy prey, like sheep, enough in one place. They raid thunderbug nests. A lit attack with bites, but feet are more deadly. If one crouches, get your guard up. They are high jumpers. Thunderbugs keep to themselves, nest in soft dirt near trees and under ridges. Lay eggs and guard them from anything that gets near. Eggs are sweet and tingly going down. Get their name from the shock you get when they bite you. They can also shock from a distance. If one tries it, punch it in the head until it stops. Some bugs, bigger than others, spit tiny shock balls and call thunder from the sky. Volga suggests avoiding those. You cannot fight the weather. Giant snake. Hard to find, occasionally eat small boats. Find one swimming, make for land. If it catches you, it will drag you under. Volga has only fought one on land. When it was close to death, it coiled up. Its wounds started to close. When Volga saw this, she ran and did not look back. Suggest you do the same. Seems like very solid advice, Volga. Actually, thank you. Oh my gosh, game. I know that I keep looking at the books all the time, but...
I can feel the grip of those accursed anchors releasing. After all this time, I am free.
What will you do now?
In truth, I do not know. My people are long gone. I could move on to Aetherius, or I could remain in Tamriel. See what became of the land after the Elysians were defeated.
Oh, you need to pass on, sir. You should pass on to Aetherius. The time of the Iliads is over.
You have shown me that I am as much a relic as the objects in this vault. A thing of the past. Adrift. It is time to go. I shall find Aetherius, and at long last, peace.
I was also thinking too, like, the few Iliad ghosts that we have met so far have not been happy. The state of... So, let's, let him just rest. You don't seem...
We can use this.
Wait, you do kind of... Oh my goodness.
You returned. What did you find? Was it jewels, ivory, gold?
Oh, I found the lost treasure. It was a vault full of ancient tome scroll.
What? There's no fabulous treasure? There's no gold? I died for a bunch of moldy old books. Ah, cruel fate. I wish I had a book before all this that would have told me what was in this stupid old keep. I plan to meet my friend Belinway in Aldcroft after I recovered the keep's treasures. She's in the Mages Guild. I suppose you could tell her what you found. And tell her what happened to me, I guess.
Will she be interested in the Dresden Index?
Indeed. I know she'll be interested in what you discovered. Like all members of the Mages Guild, she's always been more attracted to stuffy old books than to gold or jewels. Ah well, I suppose it's time for me to move on. Farewell.
I'll look for Valenwee the next time in Aldcroft. I got the keys. There was years ago, there was a YouTuber that I used to watch. They've since retired. But I remember them talking about how, like, in frustration, every time that they were playing a game, every time they started the recorder, they would get really burpy. And I was like, oh, that's weird. Now doing content creation, I get it. It must be the way you breathe or something. I don't know the science behind it, but I get very burpy and hiccupy. Alright, well, I think next on our journey we will go this way, I believe. Yeah, we gotta go up here to this cute little town here and continue our journey. As you can see, Glenumber is really quite large, so we're gonna be here for a while. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for keeping me company. Thank you for enjoying the series, which encourages me to keep playing. Because yeah, I'm enjoying playing.